Now on Coast TV News.
Chilly temperatures out the door this morning with another warm and dry day on the way. A cool down is coming, but still no rain in the forecast. I'll have more on the drought conditions coming up.
Delaware's electric vehicle future. I'll tell you state officials' goals to get more electric vehicles on the roads.
Dealing back the diesel, that is the plan for the Cape May Lewis ferry. We look at the attempt to bring a hybrid ship to their fleet.
Planning for new policy after tram tragedy when Ocean City officials say they will act following the August death of a 2-year-old boy on the boardwalk.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. It's Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024.
Yeah, we got plenty going on, Paige, including a story that really does not appear to have an end this month. Those dry weather conditions.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask Bob a question because, Bob, I wasn't in the country for a few weeks this month, and I'm just curious if I missed anything. When was the last time we had rain?
That was back on September 27th. Yeah, and that was only 1/1300ths of an inch of rain. So do the math. We're up to 26 days now without rain. It has not rained for the month of October. And amazingly, I don't think we're looking at any rain for the entire month. And that could spill into early November. We're looking at 49 in Delmar right now, 52 in Seaford, 53 in Georgetown. So you need a light to moderate jacket out there for inland areas. Along the beach, maybe not. 60 Rehoboth, 61 at Bethany Beach. Winds are calm or very light from the southwest. They'll be picking up later today, and that will elevate the fire danger. So you already know not to burn because that will cause problems, the dry and warm and windy conditions. We're looking at a few clouds out there. That's about it. A little bit of moisture to our south, but that's not heading our way as we keep it mostly sunny this morning as the sun comes up a little bit after 7, 63 in Millsboro at 9, 63 in Georgetown. And then by noon, we're warming into the mid-70s, pretty nice, but cooler 60s, Bethany Beach and Fenwick Island. And then I think by mid-afternoon, most of us in the mid to upper 70s, close to 80. So these numbers might be a little low. And then we're looking at cooler conditions at the beaches as those winds will be out of the southwest as we go into the evening hours. Yeah, don't need the umbrella. We've been saying that a long time. And you need that jacket this morning out the door, green check mark there. And then the summer clothes this afternoon, a warm beverage out the door. That never hurts. And make sure you have the sunscreen and sunglasses. You'll need both of those into the afternoon hours.
All right, sounds good, Bob. Thank you. We are seeing more and more electric vehicles on the roads. You've seen them too. Delaware has been working to transition to electric transportation future.
Yeah, and Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Milton. And Elisa, state officials, they say they have a big goal for fall of 2025. It's also receiving some pushback.
Matt and Paige, I'm currently standing by a couple electric vehicle chargers right here, and as you can see behind me, there's also an electric car charging up right over here, and we're seeing more stations like these ones being put up throughout Delaware and the country as electric vehicles become more popular. And an important part of the Delaware Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Plan are possible regulations that would require by fall 2025 that 35% of new vehicles sold in Delaware are zero emissions. And this proposal has received some backlash from Delaware Republicans who worry about government overreach as well as the cost, and also they worry about the availability of chargers. There has also been much debate around the state regarding the addition of new vehicle charging stations, and tonight DelDOT and DNREC will host 2 online public meetings to present Delaware's Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Plan titled Charging Forward, Delaware Strategy of Electric Vehicle Charging Infrastructure. In 2022, Governor John Carney announced that Delaware will join 13 other states in adopting California's zero-emission vehicle regulations, providing drivers looking to purchase an electric vehicle with more choices at Delaware dealerships. And those meetings will be held on Zoom at 4 and 6 p.m., and there will also be a question and answer period. Back to you.
Delaware EV policy is fast on track. It's become a focal point in this election season. All new gas-powered cars will be banned from being sold in the state by 2035. The Democratic and Republican candidates for State House District 14, they have differing opinions about this state government regulation of business.
People that sell products in our market economy, they adapt to market conditions. And so I think it's exciting to have incentives to have car dealers sell clean cars.
I'm against banning all gas car sales. I think there should be an equal balance as the market pushes it. Right now we don't have enough generation to provide electric.
Sussex County not part of a current $14 million Delaware plan for new charging stations. A recent federal grant is directing all that money to go along Interstate 95 in Newcastle County.
Starting next week, make sure you tune in to Coast TV for our preview week coverage. We will be airing exclusive candidate interviews focusing on the races that'll impact us here on Delmarva. So don't forget, Decision 2024 Preview Week kicks off next week.
Happening today, former President Trump is making another campaign trip to Georgia.
And current Vice President Harris will have a town hall in PA. As NBC's Alice Barr shows us, each working to make their case just less than 2 weeks until Election Day.
The presidential nominees are stepping up their outreach. Former President Trump holding events with faith leaders and Latino voters before rallying in North Carolina.
We're going to take care of you. We're going to work together.
Looking to shore up a state he's won twice that's now in play, he went on the attack against Vice President Harris.
She took a day off. She's got no energy at all. Her speeches last for about 15 minutes.
That as the vice president sat down with NBC's Hallie Jackson, who pressed her about the role of gender, with fewer men supporting her than did President Biden.
Regardless of someone's gender, they want to know that their president has a plan to lower cost, that their president has a plan to secure America in the context of our position around the world.
Do you not see sexism as a factor in this race at all?
I don't think of it that way. My challenge is the challenge of making sure I can talk with and listen to as many voters as possible and earn their vote.
President Barack Obama.
Former President Obama, who has suggested sexism is at play in direct appeals to men, campaigned in Detroit overnight with rapper Eminem, the latest celebrity Harris endorsement. While the vice president acknowledged her campaign is preparing for the possibility former President Trump will again declare victory before all the votes are counted.
Of course. This is a person, Donald Trump, who tried to undo a free and fair election.
Both nominees looking ahead while staying focused on the final 2 weeks before Election Day. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Candlelight vigil was held in North Carolina on Tuesday to remember the victims of Hurricane Helene. This is at Pack Square Park in downtown Asheville. Several hundred people were in attendance. The Asheville Symphony and several local choirs performed during the event. The night ended with a candle lighting ceremony.
Happening this morning, we should be getting a better idea of how the Delaware River and Bay Authority plan to bring a new hybrid ferry online. Delaware officials are going to be meeting today to talk construction among other things. The hybrid ferry will replace a 40-year-old diesel vessel.
We have breaking news this morning. Former Los Angeles Dodgers great Fernando Valenzuela has died, and showing you here are fans gathering at Dodger Stadium to pay their respects to the legendary pitcher. The Dodgers announced the news, saying Valenzuela died Tuesday night at a Los Angeles hospital. They did not provide the cause or other details. Valenzuela also had a brief stint pitching for the Orioles in 1993. 1981 was the year for him. He became the first player to win Rookie of the Year and the Cy Young Award. Fernando Valenzuela, dead at age 63.
It was just over 2 months ago. A 2-year-old boy was hit and killed by the tram that runs along the Ocean City Boardwalk. And that event brought the community together as they paid respect by placing those stuffed animals where the accident happened. And now the Ocean City Council is looking at the future of the tram service for next summer. An investigation is still being conducted by the town's police department. But once that wraps up, Ocean City officials say they do plan to make some changes. One vacationer we spoke with hopes that there's a way to safely continue the tram on the boardwalk.
A lot of people, they depend on that for transportation, especially elderly people or people with back problems or whatever. So it just seems like more precautions would be the way to go, not cancel it.
And again, the Ocean City Council says it is waiting for the conclusion of that police investigation before any proposed changes can be debated.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what should Ocean City prioritize in deciding the tram's future? So here's a look at the updated results.
Yeah, they haven't changed too much. A couple more votes, but still it's about the same here. 56% of you saying the tourist convenience, 39% public safety, and just a couple of you chiming in with cost and those tram upgrades. Poll is still up. You can still vote. Go to coasttv.com or vote on our app.
An update on the story that we've been covering in Delaware. The DIAA has reprimanded Indian River High School for apparently breaking rules about student-athlete eligibility. An investigation revealed that the school's football team appeared in a commercial for Hershey Exteriors. This goes against regulations that prevent student-athletes from endorsing products. The DIAA has ordered the school to remove the commercial and also create a policy on endorsements within 30 days.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, comfort to Carolina, how one local organization is helping those in need after the devastation from Hurricane Helene.
Also ahead this morning, Connecticut fires controlling the battle, how it turned deadly, and what is expected today in dealing with that brush fire.
And new brew at the beach. We have the latest beer maker looking to set up shop along our coast. Coast TV News Today is back in a moment.
The hammers are smashing, the glasses are raising, and the fun times await at Bushel Sports Bar and Grill in Lewis. Explore our selection of off-season entrees and mouth-watering signature sandwiches that are sure to satisfy any palate. Relax and enjoy local craft brews and specialty cocktails watching your favorite sports team, or compete with your friends at some 8-ball. And indulge yourself with year-round all-you-can-eat crabs, served by the bucketful and seasoned to perfection. For good vibes with a friendly atmosphere, visit Bushel's on Coastal Highway today.
We know Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, owing $59,000 in back taxes.
And she's now getting a deal. No penalties and a 25% reduction in interest.
Now the New York Times reports Alsobrooks lied on official mortgage documents, and Alsobrooks was sued twice for not paying her bills. Thousands in water, sewer, and other expenses. What scandal will they report next? Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Foul odors, discolored water. Are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Make sure your neighborhood feels like home with landscaping and property services by Herker Property Maintenance. We combine science and art to create and maintain the landscape masterpiece you've always dreamed of. We can handle the largest developments and commercial properties all over and provide a consistent data evaluation to keep your property perfectly maintained. Clean, innovative, fast, reliable, from landscaping to pavement services and everything in between. Take an innovative approach with Herker Property Maintenance.
6:13 on our Wednesday morning HSB cam. Ooh, look at the water there, kind of green in Cambridge. What is that? 54. It is that time of year. We're getting close to Halloween. Kind of spooky stuff. 60 in Bethany Beach right now, 60 in Rehoboth, 49 in Delmar, 53 in Georgetown right now. Winds are calm now, but they're going to pick up out of the southwest later today and elevate that fire danger. So you know by now, don't burn, as we're looking at mostly clear skies, maybe a little bit of patchy fog, just some clouds floating through. That's it. Nothing in the way of moisture. Been there, done that. Love the name of this cafe, the Pumpkin Spice Meter. Today's pumpkin spice level is, let's go extra large, please. I think that's a good deal. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s this morning, warming into the upper 70s with sunshine this afternoon, close to 80 in some places.
Ocean View Substation Road is connected to 5 neighborhoods. It's now under construction and down to just 1 lane. On your screen now is the stretch of road that we're talking about. DelDOT is resurfacing, widening, and adding curbs to the substation road. We went to that area of southern Sussex County to learn what people there think about the project that is affecting local traffic, and here is what we heard.
It'll be nice when it's all done. And the fact that we've lived here, there are a couple other roads that weren't finished, and now they're finished, so one of these days it'll be finished, and then we'll get to enjoy it.
We just figured we had no choice and we need to live with it, but it is inconvenient.
DelDOT says weather permitting, this work should wrap up by early December.
A new brewery is headed to our coast. First State Brewing from Middletown is opening up in Rehoboth Beach. It's on Coastal Highway near Safeway. It's right where that pond has been for the past few years. No word just yet on when First State will have its opening, but we're looking forward to that. Hey, Target's slashing its prices on thousands of items ahead of the holiday shopping season. The retailer is expected to cut prices on more than 2,000 home goods, beauty products, toys, and food and beverage items. Some of those prices have already dropped, and the discounting will continue through December. This is actually the second time this year that Target cut prices, all in an attempt to lure in inflation-weary shoppers. We'll take it. We're liking that. Coming up this morning, a tragic turn in a brush fire. This is in Connecticut that you're seeing the death and the damage that's happened there this week.
And still pretty dark out there. Sun's up for another hour. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Camp, 50 in Laurel. Visibility's pretty good. Maybe a little bit of fog early on. We are looking at the chilly start, and then we have another warm and dry day on the way, then more wind and cooler conditions for the rest of the week. I'll break down the impacts of our ongoing drought conditions coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Wow, it's so much bigger than you realize. East Coast Tile and Flooring has the largest selection of tile from around the world. And they are the only Dow Tile Premier showroom on the shore. They have the knowledge and expertise to assist architects, designers, and homeowners, and are fully licensed to take on any job from start to finish. Family owned and operated since 1947. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood. The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the George H.P. Smith Park at DuPont and Johnson Avenues in Lewis every Saturday from 8 to noon.
Purdue and Salisbury has polluted the groundwater, and we have reason to believe that the contaminated groundwater has migrated to nearby community wells. Our team of environmental attorneys and experts are investigating this public health crisis now. We win cases like this. We are prosecuting a PFAS case in Northeast Maryland now, and recently won battles against large corporations, against Mount Airy in Delaware and a paper plant in South Carolina. If you want more information, please call, email, or visit our website at PurduePollution.com.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Time is 6:18. Here is a live look at Lewis. A calm scene there near the Roosevelt, and a little bit of a breeze we can see with a flag flying in the wind there. And Bob, it is a scene where there's no sign of rain today.
No, broken record, right? Or broken MP4, depending on how you look at it. Well, yeah, I mean, our streak of dry days continues as the drought intensifies. Now, 26 days. Last day of measurable rain was on the 27th of September. Only picked up 1,300, so even then, it wasn't all that impressed with the rain we picked up. The record is 34 consecutive days. That was back in 2001. And now we're looking at the top 5 driest periods, and we're going to tie 5th place tomorrow with 27 days, and then we're going to move up this list. You can see the one tomorrow is back in 1965, 27 days, and then the other dates here. So we're going to be climbing up this list. 34 days will probably eclipse that. So this will wind up being the driest period since 1945 for the Georgetown Airport in Delaware. Pretty amazing. 52 out the door in Seaford this morning, 49 in Delmar, 53 in Georgetown. So not all that chilly and a little milder at the beaches, upper 50s to around 60 degrees. Winds are calm, or they're very light out of the southwest, and they'll be moving in out of the southwest and getting gusty this afternoon, and that will elevate the fire danger as we're looking at mainly clear skies right now, maybe a little patchy fog, and just a few clouds moving through as we go through the day as high pressure still in control. This has been the case for several days. Just a little bit of moisture off the North Carolina coast, and then we have clouds offshore, and that is from Oscar, a tropical system. That will not be affecting us, but this will be, this cold front back to the west. Not a lot of moisture with it. Of course, we've been saying the same thing, and it looks like much of the moisture is tied up farther to the north with this front. It'll just bring cooler weather and breezy weather as we move into Thursday. So Futurecast warming us up into the 60s mid-morning. By noon, we're into the 70s. Cooler for the coast, and then mid to upper 70s later this afternoon. Some places well inland will hit 80, I believe, later on. Otherwise, cooler from Dewey Beach down to Fenwick Island. As we go through the evening hours, temperatures not falling too quickly because it will be breezy as we go through the overnight. And then that cold front sweeps through in the morning hours. Winds pick up out of the northwest. We're in the 50s in the morning hours, and then low to mid 60s by about 10 o'clock. But you can see the arrows being green and yellow here, indicating the gusty winds coming out of the northwest. So it'll feel cooler than the 60s. Just a few clouds by noon, and then by mid-afternoon, we're into the mid to upper 60s. Still breezy, still dry, as we're looking at temperatures cooling down into the evening hours. And then as we go into Friday morning, it's much cooler, 39 in Delmar and Georgetown, and we're in the 40s at the beaches. So maybe a little touch of frost Friday morning. By the afternoon, we're looking at temperatures cool once again into the 60s. We're seeing gusty winds out of the southwest today. They start to shift to the west through the overnight, and then gusty out of the north as we go into your Thursday morning, maybe up to 30 miles per hour at the coast. And once again, we will see those stronger winds elevating the fire danger. But the good news is it does cool off. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. We go from 80 today to 67 Thursday. Breezy conditions. Chilly Friday morning, 40, 68 on Friday. Then the weekend looking good for Sea Witch on Saturday, 73, then back to 62 on Sunday. Chilly Monday morning, maybe a little bit of frost, and then chilly on Monday, 63, then back to 71 on Tuesday, and mostly sunny.
Bob, thank you so much. Today, a crew from Maine is expected to arrive in Connecticut to assist with this brush fire. The head of emergency management for Connecticut said it's also asked for the Maine Forestry Division for air support to help douse that fire from above. This fire broke out around 5:45 Monday evening, and state officials say it's already engulfed at least 80 to 90 acres. A firefighter was killed. Several others were injured while battling that fire in Connecticut. The Connecticut National Guard has been activated. They will also be dumping water on that fire.
Just over a week until Halloween, we have a bit of a ghost story for you, more specifically a ghost crab pot. That's a crab pot that's been left on the bottom of the Delaware Bay, and it was the focus of a workshop at the University of Delaware. University officials taught local boaters how to use sonar to find derelict crab pots. The demonstrations included learning how to set up the equipment, how to find the pots, and ways to pull them up for collection.
Estimated 30,000 derelict crab pots out there. Trying to get these pots out to stop the fishing, ghost fishing is what it's called, or stopping those boats from accidentally running into and getting wrapped around their prop.
University officials say from November 1st through the 3rd, boaters are being asked to help find those abandoned crab pots.
Coming up next on Coast TV News today, some local help after Hurricane Helene, the work being done on Delmarva for those in need in North Carolina. Coast TV News today returns in a moment.
Is your kitchen sink ugly, scratched, or faded? Hurl's Bath Repair can restore it like new with a nanotech refinishing that's smoother and more resilient. Call Hurl's Bath Repair for a free estimate.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on Coast TV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Join us for the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer in Ocean City on Saturday, October 26th. The walk starts at 8 a.m. on the boardwalk at the inlet. Sign up to walk or lead a team to celebrate courage and hope for breast cancer survivors, those living with metastatic breast cancer, caregivers, and families. Be the hope to help end breast cancer for everyone. For more details, visit coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
We're bringing bright hope to Delaware by creating opportunity. As Secretary of Labor, I focused on preparing the workforce of tomorrow. And in Congress, I've worked to strengthen career and technical education. Jobs that might not require a four-year college degree, but do require skills. With jobs like these. Together, we can build the workforce of today and tomorrow. I'm Lisa Blunt Rochester, and I approve this message because our opportunities should be limitless.
With more than 25 years of surgical expertise, Dr. Julie Berry is now accepting new patients at Tidal Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgery. Dr. Berry offers specialized care for a wide range of general ear, nose, and throat disorders. Whether you're dealing with chronic sinus issues or require advanced surgical intervention, Dr. Berry is here to provide expert care tailored to your specific needs. Discover the difference that expert care can make. Schedule your appointment today.
Lighten up your week. Subscribe to the Coast TV Feel Good Friday newsletter. Sign up now for free at CoastTV.com. Get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
People on Delmarva are continuing to help those hurt by Hurricanes Milton and Helene. Donations were loaded on trailers and they're heading to North Carolina. Members of the community, they've been at this for weeks and they've received help from the Delaware Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 10. Taylor Swain with the Delaware FOP says that she's just grateful for those who helped in any way they could.
I get to work with a lot of great people within the community, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say, how important it is for the community support and how grateful we are for the community support that we actually get to come out and help with events like these. So their donations are extremely helpful and very much appreciated.
And included in those boxes headed to North Carolina also includes comforters and blankets.
And we are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahi. Bob, working on another day. Plenty of sunshine today.
Yeah, another beautiful beach day on the way. A little chilly to start with. We're looking at upper 50s in Assateague and Chincoteague, but a nice warm up by noon in Assateague, 68, 69 by 5, maybe 70 for you later on. Chincoteague maybe a little warmer into the low 70s. It does get breezy this afternoon. Waves around 2 to 3 feet. Fenwick Island, you're looking at a cool start and then warming into the low 70s this afternoon. And Ocean City, you're into the low 70s with sunshine later on. UV index is moderate today, so make sure you have the sunscreen. Cambridge, the next 3 days, we have a cool down, 80 today, and then it's upper 60s Thursday and Friday. Pretty windy as we go into Thursday. At Crisfield, even cooler for you. Lower 70s today, then you're cooling into the 60s. Much more on the cool down and the drought conditions continuing coming up in the next half hour.
Forward to that, Bob. Thank you. Also coming up, the farm's also feeling the effects of the drought conditions. We're going to hear from one Delmarva farmer and how it's costing him more money during this dry stretch of weather.
Also, EV goals and pushback. A look at Delaware's aggressive EV benchmarks, the cost of people living in the state, and the concerns of their viability.
And a program to help drivers and their families deal with some unnerving situations. Stick with us here on Coast TV News Today.
Swim on over to Solero atop the Henlopen Hotel in Rehoboth Beach for the 2024 Mayor Institute Finraiser. Come out to the kickoff event Saturday, November 16th at 4 p.m. Enjoy a fun-filled evening, live music, and a wine tasting with celebrity bartenders, hors d'oeuvres, desserts, and both live and silent auctions. The Finraiser is the premier fundraising event for Mayor Institute and endangered marine mammals and sea turtles. For more info and tickets, go to mayerinstitute.org.
Good night, girls.
Good night, Dad. Come on, let's go. Are you ready to sew some carpet? And LVP. Okay, I'm ready. What about our clothes? Let's do it. We have tons of carpet that's really nice. We have cash and carry LVP, as low as $1.99.
I'll take both. Maybe you girls are ready.
Wait, was that a dream?
Matt the Carpet Guy, the flooring of your dreams done right.
Has your kitchen remodel been on the back burner?
Move it forward now and take advantage of our biggest kitchen sale of the year.
Paul Davis can restyle your kitchen for half the cost of a traditional kitchen remodel. Get all new doors, drawers, and hardware without any major demolition. And the best part is, it's done in as little as 3 days.
We'll bring the showroom to you as soon as tomorrow and give you an estimate that day.
Call now to get $1,500 off, plus free hardware and no payments, no interest for 12 months. Call Paul Davis,
the restoration and remodeling experts.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Now on Coast TV News.
Chilly temperatures out the door this morning with another warm and dry day on the way. A cool down is coming, but still no rain in the forecast. I'll have more on the drought conditions coming up.
The push to make driving in the first state more electric. We have details about a meeting to go over Delaware's electric vehicle future and what Delawareans have to say about their concerns.
From EVs to hybrids, the hopes to have a new ship for the Cape May Lewis ferry fleet.
Farmers deal with drought as we continue under dry conditions. The impact of this current stretch of weather to the bottom line of Delmarva farmers.
This is Coast TV News Today.
October 23rd, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
The time is 6:30, Paige. I feel like it's Groundhog Day. I'm referencing the movie here and how the weather conditions have been basically the same every day for a while now.
Yeah, I made a joke that wasn't really a joke, but I was like, we should even just stop tossing to Bob. We should just let him take it away because we're running out of things to even say to him.
I know.
Bob, it's dry. He's like, yeah, I know. So, Bob, what else you got for us?
Well, since it's so dry, let's enjoy the beautiful outdoors. There's foliage, gorgeous conditions, the beach. So there are a lot of things to enjoy. Just don't burn and be careful because the drought continues. 49 in Delmar, 53 in Georgetown right now. So not super chilly this morning. Salisbury at 50, 60 in Rehoboth. A little milder at the beaches. Winds are calm. Could be a touch of fog inland areas, but nothing widespread. That'll quickly burn off as the sun comes up. We're looking at mostly clear skies right now. Just a few clouds to our west. Otherwise, it's high pressure. A little bit of moisture off the North Carolina coast. Also some clouds offshore with tropical system Oscar. But that will not be affecting us as we stay dry. So futurecast, once again, mainly sunny, dry today. By noon, we're into the mid-70s, 60s at the beaches, mid to upper 70s inland. I think some areas well inland will touch 80 as we go into the afternoon, but not the beaches. You're in the 60s and 70s, and it does start to get breezy as we go into the afternoon. Runnercast today looking good. Runners like light winds, and that'll be the case this morning, and then they start to pick up out of the southwest a little later this morning, warming from the 50s into the 60s and then into the 70s.
Thanks, Bob. And as he just mentioned, we have another dry day in store. Drought conditions remain, and Delmarva farmers really feeling the effects. The dry weather hurting produce, which in turn is causing farmers to lose money. Craig Brady with Stag Run Farm says his apple yields are 70 to 80% behind what they were last year.
The irrigations run on electric. We have electric pumps, so hence our electric bills have gone up by about 40%. I know a lot of people are running those pivots.
And flower growers at the market also say they're losing money since lack of rain is stunting the growth of some flowers.
Well, you know, Delaware has been working to become more electric, and we're seeing more and more electric vehicles now hitting our roads.
Yeah, Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Milton. Elisa, state officials are pushing more Delawareans to buy electric vehicles. People have some concerns, though.
Matt and Paige, I'm currently standing in front of some electric vehicle chargers here, and we're seeing more stations like these ones pop up throughout Delaware and the country as electric vehicles become more popular. And a major part of the Delaware electric vehicle infrastructure plan is that by fall 2025, they have proposed that 35% of new vehicles sold in Delaware be zero emissions. And now this proposal has received significant backlash from Delaware Republicans who have expressed concerns over the cost as well as the availability of chargers and government overreach. There has also been much debate around the state regarding the addition of new vehicle charging stations. And tonight, DELDA and DENREC will host 2 online public meetings to present Delaware's electric vehicle infrastructure plan titled Charging Forward, Delaware Strategy of Electric Vehicle Charging Infrastructure. One auto shop owner says an electric vehicle future is not realistic for some areas of the first state.
I don't see how it's going to be viable in a small town like this because you're going to be limited to where you're going to put charging stations, the affordability of putting the charging stations in, who's going to pay for them, and how is it actually going to work?
Those meetings will be held via Zoom at 4 and 6 p.m. and there will also be a question section. Back to you.
Lisa Weber, thank you for that. Happening this morning, we should get a better idea of how the Delaware River and Bay Authority plans to bring a new hybrid ferry online. Delaware officials are meeting Wednesday to Talk construction, among other things. The hybrid ferry will replace a 40-year-old diesel vessel.
Eventually, as we get additional charging capacity and additional charging infrastructure, we're hoping that will be 100% green.
New ship is expected to join the fleet sometime in 2027.
Today, former President Trump will be making another campaign appearance in Georgia. On Tuesday, Trump was in North Carolina. During his remarks, Trump touted his plans for the presidency if he's elected.
So I'm here today with a message of hope for all Americans. With your vote this election, I will end inflation, I will stop the invasion of criminals into our country, and I will bring back, as your president, the American dream.
Vice President Harris didn't have any events scheduled on Tuesday at a rally in Michigan. Rap star Eminem was on hand to introduce former President Barack Obama, who was the one promoting Harris's message.
We do not need to see what an older, loonier Donald Trump looks like with no guardrails. America's ready to turn the page. We're ready for a better story. Michigan, we are ready for a President Kamala Harris.
Harris is scheduled to take part in a town hall today in Pennsylvania.
And don't forget, starting next week, be sure you tune in to Coast TV for our preview week coverage. We'll be airing some exclusive candidate interviews focusing on the races that impact us here on Delmarva. Our Decision 2024 preview week kicks off this next week.
Getting pulled over can be scary for anyone, and for people with autism, it can be even more nerve-wracking.
Definitely. That's why one group Tuesday, a group of autistic drivers, they were given an opportunity to practice going through that procedure. As Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us, the drivers and their families loved the experience.
Practice makes perfect, or at least makes you better prepared. That's why the Delaware Network for Excellence in Autism partnered with the Newcastle City and Denrec Police Tuesday to give autistic drivers the opportunity to practice traffic stops on a course at the McBride Beach Bathhouse parking lot. Alicia Fletcher and Charles Sawchenko work with DNEA and say this program is a huge help for the drivers.
It really reduces their stress and anxiety concerning any contact that they have with law enforcement.
The practice course has the drivers follow the cones to a stop sign that they drive through before being pulled over by a police officer conducting the traffic stop. Naomi Martin has autism and was joined by her mom, Jamie, for a couple of practice rounds on the course.
Having this as a dry run and practice just will help prepare her in case this happens. Hopefully it won't in real life situation.
Naomi says she is more prepared.
It made me less nervous for real life.
Newcastle City Police Captain Keith Dempsey says it's a great opportunity for both the drivers and the police doing the stops.
It provides us two opportunities. One is for us to get to know the community and engage with the community and build relationships. And the other purpose is that it helps our officers learn that different people have different perceptions of what goes on at a traffic stop.
While traffic stops are no one's idea of a good time, practice and preparation will have these drivers as ready as they can be if they ever see the flashing lights in the rearview mirror.
Right here at the checkout table is where drivers and families wrapped up. They were able to fill out a feedback form, get some treats and a goodie bag, and what you could tell is they were smiling and super excited about all they had accomplished on this driving course here today. In Lewis, Brendan Conroy, Coast TV News.
Got more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, a launch attempt tonight why NASA was not able to get one rocket up on Tuesday and the effort involved at the International Space Station.
Also delivering for Del Mar, who is a hero in a 1-0 win for the Wildcats in high school soccer. We're back in a moment.
We salute Jason Lee, a proud Delmarva native from Seaford. Jason has served his country with honor as a former United States Marine and Iraq War veteran. Transitioning from the military to media, Jason has made a significant impact in radio. Today, he captures the hearts of the outdoors community as the host of Outdoors Delmarva. Beyond his professional life, Jason is a devoted father, an avid musician, and a lover of life's simple pleasures, like a good cup of coffee, the sound of the ocean, and spontaneous road trips. We salute Jason Lee for his service, both in uniform and in spirit, as he continues to inspire and entertain his community.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Day. Delmarva Experts, local experts right where you need them.
In 2019, two visionaries banded together behind a restaurant to create the ultimate pizza, starting from scratch, just like our dough. At the Dough Bar, everything is a season for a reason. From our gourmet specialty pizzas to our signature sandwiches and mouth-watering entrees, we use high-quality ingredients for a freshness you'll crave. Enjoy our specialty cocktails with 16 craft brews on tap, or toast your own s'mores tableside by the water. Order online or visit the Dough Bar, Milton, Delaware's hidden gem.
I'm Harry from Below Book Auto. I wanted you to help Mark get reelected in our district. You should vote for Mark. He will stand behind you and help you with your issues if you have any. He's been great support for us. Hopefully he can do the same for you.
We just ask that you guys please vote for Mark Schaefer. He is literally the reason we're still here. He fights off the bullies. He helps out small businesses when nobody else wants to. And we just really need you guys to vote for him because we got to keep this guy in office.
Get the Coast TV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
6:42 on our Wednesday morning. Still not seeing any daylight. Sun's on up for another, half hour or so. 60 in Lewis right now, a little bit of a breeze. We're looking at 49 in Delmar, 53 in Georgetown, so cooler inland, 60 at Rehoboth, 60 at Bethany Beach. So a windbreaker this morning should do, as the winds are pretty light, but they'll be picking up as we go into the afternoon, elevating that fire danger. We're looking at mostly clear skies right now. Watch out for a little bit of fog, otherwise just a few clouds floating through, and we're looking at another dry day. For the kiddos at the bus stop, chilly start, 52 with mostly sunny skies, and then heading home looking at 78 degrees, breezy and warm at that time. And in case you missed it, our umbrella giveaway winner today is Mike Clary from Milton. Congratulations, Mike, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV, and who knows, maybe you can use it by the early part of November.
We have breaking news this morning. Former Los Angeles Dodgers great Fernando Valenzuela has died. What we're showing you here are fans gathering at Dodger Stadium to pay their respects to the legendary pitcher. The Dodgers announced in the news saying that Valenzuela had died Tuesday night at a Los Angeles hospital. They didn't provide the cause or other details. He had a brief stint pitching for the Orioles in 1993. Fernando Valenzuela dead at age 63.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Morning, sports fans. Henlopen soccer season is winding down in the first state. So let's take a look at a good finish from last night in Sussex County. Senior day at Del Mar. Laurel trying to play spoiler on the road and win its second of the year. Early on, Darwin Lopez-Ponce for the Cats trying his chance at goal, but this one is easily saved by freshman netminder Emerson Martinez. Remember that name later. Through ball, connecting with Lopez-Ponce for Del Mar, but again Martinez denies it. It's still 0-0. Martinez was busy in the first 40 minutes. Cats Dylan Walls whips it across, but the ninth grader stands tall again, saving the Bulldogs from disaster. We go to the second half, still scoreless. After making an initial stop, is this Martinez or Scott Sterling saving that ball with his face from point blank to keep Del Mar off the board? Teammates love it. Another highlight, guess what's going to happen here? The stellar night for Martinez continues with a save. Finally, in the 19th minute of the second half, the Wildcats would strike. It's Jaden Lanham off the assist from Lopez Potts, and Delmar leads 1-0. To the waning minutes, one last opportunity to tie the game for the Bulldogs, and it's Wildcats goalie Caleb Ritchie pouncing on top as time expires. Cats improve to 8-5-1 this season. That'll do for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
Tonight on DSN at 8, it is the 2024 Governor's Challenge Selection Show. Then at 10:30, the final score. And on the DSN Plus app, you can also watch the Governor's Challenge Selection Show. And here are your DSN Plus exclusives. It's all girls high school volleyball at 4. Lake Forest travels to Indian River. 5, Delmarva Christian hosts Red Lion. Also at 5, Snow Hill at Pocomoke. 5:30, Queen Anne's is home with Kent Island.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Halfway through the weekend, here's what's coming up today at 4 on Coast Life.
Well, whether you need a spot to throw an event or you're throwing an event at your home, we've got gorgeous and delicious charcuterie and more to tell you about.
Sounds delicious. And I know it's a little early, but we are thinking ahead to the holidays. There is an incredible wreath fundraiser coming up, so you can really have the most beautiful wreath or gift it
That's
to
right.
a loved one. Yeah, all good ideas. We have that and more today at 4 on Coast Life.
We're starting to see some daylight on our Salisbury camp. Spicer Brothers over SU right now, 50 in Salisbury. A cool start, then another warm and dry day, then more wind and cooler for the rest of the week. I'll break down the impacts coming up next.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
The Rehoboth Beach Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Center, along with the Paranormal Piranha, invite you to celebrate 34 years of fun at this year's Sea Witch Festival. This award-winning event takes place in Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, and the resort area, October 25th through 27th. Join Hilda the Sea Witch Balloon as she makes her way down Rehoboth Avenue during Saturday's costume parade. Bring the kids, your folks, and even the dog. Find more information and a schedule of activities at beach-fun.com.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Foul odors, discolored water. Are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
It is 6:48 on your Wednesday morning. We're going to go now take a live look at Laurel. Looks a little hazy there, Bob, there in Laurel, but we do know it's not super cloudy today. We are going to see that sun a good bit.
We are, and could be a little touch of fog out there early this morning, Paige, but that will quickly burn off around sunrise. Current foliage report looking good out there, seeing some really nice colors. You can see this yellowish shading across areas of Delmarva. That is the patchy color we're seeing now, and then we get into this orange color. That's moderate, western Sussex County, parts of northern parts of Delmarva through Jersey, and then points west. And then well to our west, we're in this red color, which is near peak or at peak. And I think we will be, well, near peak as we go into next week, getting close to Halloween. I think we'll be peaking then. But right now, it's still patchy. But boy, there are some really brilliant colors out there right now. We're looking at temperatures out the door, 49 in Delmar, 50 in Salisbury, Georgetown, 53. A little milder at the beaches, Ocean City, 62, and 59 for Bethany Beach and Rehoboth right now. Winds are calm. If they are blowing, they're out of the southwest. They're light now, but they'll be picking up later today. And that that will, believe it or not, elevate the fire danger. So really be careful out there. We're looking at mostly clear skies, just a few clouds coming through. High pressure still in charge. It's been dominant the last several days. A little bit of moisture off the North Carolina coast right now. That will not affect us. We're seeing some clouds offshore right now. This is from tropical system Oscar, and even the clouds will not be affecting us. So we're very dry, and then there's this cold front back to the west, starved for moisture, just some clouds, a little bit of shower activity farther to the north. So we're not going to see any rain with this front, just a wind shift and cooler conditions. Here's Futurecast out the door. 7 a.m. we're in the 50s and then warming up, maybe just a few clouds from time to time. By noon we're into the 70s, but beaches, you're going to be cooler from Ocean City up to Bethany Beach, only in the 60s, but then mid to I think upper 70s, some places near 80 inland as we go into the afternoon hours. And then this evening, mostly clear skies, and by Thursday morning, winds start picking up out of the northwest. So as you head off to work and school, it will be breezy with temperatures in the 50s, and temperatures not climbing all that much. By mid-morning, the winds pretty breezy out of the north, and temperatures slowly climbing through the 60s, only into the mid to upper 60s by 3:30, feeling cooler with that breeze, and then cooler at the coast. And then those winds will diminish by Friday morning, and I think we could be dipping into the upper 30s for some of us away from the coast. Friday morning, a chilly start, and then Friday winds are lighter, and then by the afternoon, we're seeing temperatures into the mid to upper 60s. We're seeing that southwesterly wind today shift to the west and then become gusty out of the northwest behind that front tomorrow. So even though it cools off, that fire danger is still elevated with those winds gusting over 20 miles per hour. Then those winds will start to diminish as we head into Friday. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 80 today, and then we're cooling into the upper 60s Thursday and Friday with sunshine. Cool start on Friday morning, 40 degrees. And then for the weekend, we've got Sea Witch Saturday, looking great for that, 73, and then 62 on Sunday. Could be a little frosty Monday morning, a cool start Monday, and then warming into the 70s for Tuesday.
Thank you, Bob. Happening tonight, NASA has scheduled a launch from the Florida coast to help get its Crew 8 mission off the International Space Station. Well, there's a concern here after Tuesday's attempt was scrubbed. NASA says a return to Earth could be delayed due to unfavorable weather conditions around the splashdown sites off of the Florida coast. The earliest a launch would take place tonight is at 5.
It's now 6:52 this morning, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Today's coastal pet of the day is Blaze. Great looking boy there. Great photo. Blaze loves to be outside playing and running. That's what we're told. That's what it says there from Dawn. She submitted Blaze to us from Georgetown.
And we want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us photos just like that photo of Blaze there, and tell us what makes your pet so special.
Scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature. Bob?
And we're seeing beautiful conditions this morning. Daylight on the Gutter Helmet Cam. Beautiful conditions in Ocean View. Just a few clouds on the horizon. 56 there. And as you know, the dry weather continues with occasional cool downs the next several days. But the rest of October is looking quite dry. And actually, the beginning of November is looking dry too. So your 10-day forecast is coming up next. Stay tuned.
The American Heart Association invites you to join the Southern Delaware Heart Walk. It's time to unite, take action, and save lives. Every walker who joins, every dollar donated means more people trained in life-saving CPR, more research, and more life-saving moments for everyone. Join us at the Southern Delaware Heart Walk on November 3rd at the Rehoboth Beach Bandstand. Let's walk together to save lives. Register today at heart.org/SouthernDEWalk. Sponsored by Coast TV.
Delaware Electric Cooperative is committed to helping the communities that we are proud to power. We offer the lowest electric rates in the state and give millions of dollars in rebates to members during the holiday season. Each year, we offer hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding to local nonprofits. Safety programs teach students how to be safe around electrical equipment. And through educational opportunities and scholarships, we are empowering the next generation of co-op members. DEC is proud to keep the lights on, but prouder still to invest in the communities we serve.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid Toilet Bowl Cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
Tonight at 8 p.m., the Governor's Challenge Selection Show, sponsored by Shower Glass, is on the Delmarva Sports Network. A deep dive into 5 brackets, over 100 teams. 5 days of the best high school basketball talent, all coming to the Eastern Shore.
Freshman delivering, and he'll go to the line.
Tonight, the only place for the 2024 Governor's Challenge Show is on the Delmarva Sports Network and the DSN app, sponsored by Shower Glass.
It is 6:55. It's time now for things you need to know before you go. Some people on Delmarva continue to help those hurt by Hurricanes Milton and Helene. Donations were loaded onto a trailer, and they're headed to North Carolina. Members of the community, they've been at this for weeks, and they received help recently from the Delaware Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 10. Included in those boxes headed to North Carolina are comforters and blankets.
Today, a crew from Maine expected to arrive in Connecticut to assist with this brush fire. The fire broke out Monday, 5:45 that night. State officials say it's engulfed at least 80 to 90 acres. A firefighter was killed. Several others were injured while battling this brush fire, and the Connecticut National Guard has also been activated. They will also dump water on that fire.
The Delaware EV policy is on a fast track, and it's become a focal point in this election season. All new gas-powered cars will be banned from being sold in the state by 2035. The Democratic and Republican candidates for State House District 14, they have differing opinions about this state government regulation of businesses, as do a lot of people here. All right, it is 6:56. It's time now for a look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Bob, more the same, it looks like.
It's so nice I can come into work, kick up my feet on the desk, and know that it's going to be another dry day. But in all seriousness, though, it is very dry. We know not to burn, and it will get breezy this afternoon, elevating the fire danger. So no burning, just be very careful, be very vigilant. We're looking at 50s early on and then warming up, sunshine, upper 70s, close to 80, and then you see the southwest winds kicking up this afternoon. That's what dries it out, and any fire that does start could spread very quickly with the breezy conditions. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. 80 today. The good news is cold front cools us off Thursday, 67. However, it's still dry and it's still breezy, so the fire danger will be high. Upper 60s Friday. The forecast for Sea Witch looking good. 73. Last year was really hot in the 80s, so much cooler this year. And then a cool down Sunday and Monday. Lower 60s, warming up towards Halloween and staying dry for Halloween, 77. And then it looks like we turn the page to November and it's still dry, 75, and partly cloudy on Friday.
All right, Bob, thank you. And thank you for joining us here on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
We'll be back with Coast TV midday at 11, so stick with us.
Until then, have a great Wednesday morning, everybody.